Elliot was running late. The kind of late where you stare at your phone, cursing the traffic, the app, and the universe itself. He tapped at his rideshare app furiously, refreshing it again and again, hoping against hope for a miracle. The app kept showing the same thing: no rides available. It was the worst night for this to happen. He was supposed to be at his sister's wedding reception in less than half an hour. His suit, already wrinkled from the rushed ironing job he'd done, felt suffocating, and his tie hung loosely around his neck. He glanced up at the night sky in exasperation, muttering, "What I wouldn't give for a ride right now." As if the cosmos had been eavesdropping, a sudden light streaked across the sky. It wasn't a shooting star, though. This light was far too close, far too deliberate, and it stopped directly above him. Elliot's phone buzzed in his hand. Startled, he looked down. The rideshare app had updated with an unfamiliar name, UFO Ride Service, followed by a glowing green "Accept" button. What the hell is this? Elliot muttered, staring at the strange logo, a little flying saucer. He hesitated for only a moment before he tapped the button. He was desperate, and if this was some sort of glitch, at least he could show up at his sister's reception with a great story. The light above him brightened, and a faint hum filled the air. Suddenly, a sleek, disc-shaped craft materialized, hovering a few feet off the ground. Its surface shimmered like polished silver, reflecting the city lights in a strange, almost liquid way. A door slid open, revealing a glowing interior. A voice, calm and oddly cheerful, spoke from within. "Ride request for Elliot? Destination, Earth City Function Center?" Elliot froze, unsure whether to run or laugh. Yeah. That's me. Please board promptly. Additional wait time will incur cosmic surcharges," the voice added. Elliot swallowed hard and stepped inside. The interior was surprisingly cozy, with a soft, bluish glow illuminating the space. The seats looked like oversized cushions made of some gel-like material, and a holographic dashboard floated at the front. Behind it sat the driver, or what Elliot assumed was the driver. The being was about 6 feet tall with emerald green skin and elongated limbs. It had large, almond-shaped eyes that glowed faintly, and its head was crowned with thin, pulsating tendrils. The alien wore what appeared to be a uniform, a silvery jumpsuit adorned with glowing patches. "Welcome aboard," the alien said in perfect, albeit slightly robotic, English. "I'm Glorp, your interstellar driver for the evening. Please fasten your safety restraints." Elliot hesitated, searching for something resembling a seatbelt, but the seat itself seemed to morph around him, holding him snugly in place. Thanks, Glorp. So, you do this often? Picking up humans, I mean. Glorp's tendrils quivered, which Elliot guessed might be a smile. "Not often, but our algorithm detected a high probability of existential frustration in your area. Congratulations on being our first Earth-based client." Before Elliot could respond, the craft hummed softly and lifted off. Through the panoramic window, he saw the city shrinking below as they ascended into the night sky. His stomach dropped as the craft tilted and sped forward with impossible speed. The lights of the city turned into streaks, and within moments, they were above the clouds. "So, how did you end up driving a space Uber?" Elliot asked, his nervousness fading into curiosity. "It's a side gig," Glorp replied, expertly navigating through the atmosphere. "I'm studying Earth cultures as part of my xenology degree. Driving is an excellent way to meet new species and earn a few star credits on the side." "Xenology, huh? Sounds impressive." "It's fascinating work," Glorp said, glancing back at Elliot. "Did you know Earth has over 7,000 languages? I've downloaded about 4,500 of them so far. Your planet is a treasure trove of linguistic diversity." Elliot chuckled. "Yeah, we're pretty good at talking. Sometimes too much." Their conversation was interrupted as the craft exited the Earth's atmosphere. The stars stretched endlessly before them, vibrant and more vivid than Elliot had ever seen from the ground. He pressed his face to the window, marveling at the view. "This is incredible," he whispered. "First time in space?" Glorp asked, amused. "Yeah. You could say that. Well, we've got a little time before we reach your destination. Care for a detour?" "A detour? To where?" Glorp grinned, or at least, Elliot thought it was a grin. "A quick hop through the asteroid belt. It's on the way." Before Elliot could agree or protest, the craft zipped forward, weaving effortlessly through a maze of floating rocks and shimmering debris. Glorp narrated the journey, pointing out various celestial landmarks and throwing in trivia about the asteroid belt's history. Elliot found himself relaxing, the initial fear giving way to genuine awe. "You know, this is way better than sitting in traffic." Glorp laughed, the sound like a series of melodic chimes. "Glad you're enjoying the ride. Most species find space travel exhilarating." As they left the asteroid belt, Glorp activated a playlist. The music was unlike anything Elliot had ever heard, an ethereal blend of haunting melodies and rhythmic pulses that seemed to resonate in his very bones. "What is this?" he asked, captivated. "Xanthara wave," Glorp replied. "It's all the rage in the Andromeda sector right now." The rest of the journey flew by, with Glorp sharing anecdotes from his travels. Elliot learned about bizarre alien customs, like the aquatic opera festivals on Glorp's home planet and the competitive gravity-defying dance-offs on a nearby moon. In return, Elliot tried his best to explain the concept of karaoke and why humans were obsessed with singing badly in front of strangers. Before long, the craft began its descent. The glowing lights of the city came into view, and Elliot's destination, his sister's wedding reception, was just ahead. "We've arrived," Glorp announced cheerfully as the craft hovered just above the venue's parking lot. Elliot unbuckled himself, his legs a little wobbly as he stood. "Thanks for the ride, Glorp. I'll definitely give you 5 stars. Glorp's tendrils quivered with delight. "Your feedback is greatly appreciated. Safe travels, Earthling." As Elliot stepped out, the craft shimmered and vanished into the night, leaving him standing in the parking lot with a story that no one would ever believe. He checked his phone out of habit. The app now displayed a simple message, "Ride complete. Thank you for choosing UFO ride service." Elliot grinned to himself. His sister's wedding was going to have to compete with this story for the most unforgettable moment of the night.